Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, and Rock with double honor, son to the elder apostles at great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere outcome across the world. Now, this is a video about this guy. His name is William Rockefeller, but he was known as Devil Bill because of the demonic things that he was doing. Why called Bill? William is sometimes shortened to Will too. It is because it was shortened to Will originally that it became Bill. So William, is Bill, right? Devil Bill Rockefeller. That's what they used to call him. And he's the father of John D. Rockefeller Sr. and of course the grandfather of, where's this other man, peasant? Where's this guy? Okay, I can't find him right now. But then all I have to do is type in here. JR. This guy. Yeah, here. This is the father of him. So this is the son. And this is therefore his father. But his father was Devil Bill Rockefeller. Right? So I'm going to read an article about him. Just a smaller article. Just meet this guy. Meet Devil Bill. John D. Rockefeller Sr.'s pop was a con man. A good one too. A great one actually. Devil Bill was a grifter, a bigamist, and a pain in his... No, it wasn't. That's just bullshit. They idolize this man. But they want to make it seem as if this guy was like really bothered with his father. No, he wasn't. Devil Bill was okay. He'd ride into town on a fancy rig, pulled by fine horses. He'd draw a crowd by sticking a clay pipe into a mannequin's mouth. Striding 200 paces, raising his rifle, and shooting the pipe out of the dummy's yap. And if you don't know what a mannequin is, which is this, just a puppet. Then he'd whip out a $10 bill and offer it to anyone able to duplicate his feat. Few people could. That's how the bearded stranger, sporting flashy clothes and gold rings, got folks' attention in small upstate New York towns in the decades before the Civil War. Attention gotten, he'd introduce himself as a herbal doctor or a botanic physician and peddle bottles of his home brew patent medicine. The stuff could cure any ailment, he promised, even cancer. Sometimes he flopped purple pills he said were excellent for stomach complaints. However, he warned a pregnant woman should never take those tablets because they could cause her to miscarry. A coded warning designed to appeal to the unhappily expectant. Right. Now it says here, the medicines were worthless. The pills were purple berries, and the doctor was an uneducated flim-flam man with two identities. Sometimes he went by Dr. William Livingston, just like Levi. Which is, right, anyway. Sometimes Dr. William Rockefeller, which is his real name. This is his real name, not the doctor. But nowadays they are the doctors of the planet Earth. And through what? Through the same practices that their father did. Their great-great-great-grandfather, however you call it. His neighbors called him Devil Bill. It's very funny that they actually called him that, man. That's why I wanted to make this video, just to introduce you to their legacy, the legacy of an Edomite. Now, this is him when he was young. The Edomite, the Rockefeller Edomite, William A. Rockefeller Sr., right? He was born He was born William Avery Rockefeller in Grenard, New York, in 1810, son of a poor farmer with a fondness for booze. Right, so as you can see, peasants. Tall and strong. Devil Bill was an excellent hunter, fisherman, storyteller, and fiddle player. Storyteller. An excellent hunter. Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew. Let me start at 25. Genesis 25 and 25. 24. And when the days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare them. Right? 1 score is 20, so 3 score is 60. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, man of the field, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. He was basically in the tabernacles, busy with the scriptures and stuff like that. So it shows you that Devil Bill was an excellent hunter, fisherman, storyteller, meaning he was very cunning, and fiddle player. Because you got to be very, well, you're going to see that he was cunning. So it says here, but he had no interest in farming or any other form of hard work. That's why they haven't worked hard for centuries, man. Centuries upon centuries. So in his 20s, he left home to peddle trinkets and miracle cures. Sometimes he carried a slate reading, I am deaf and dumb. Let me check out the word cunning. Having or showing skill in achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. It says that. And Esau was a cunning hunter. Whether he was hunting food and stuff like that. But whether you are a hunter of food or people's money, if you're cunning, you're cunning. You do it by deceit. And that's what he did. So he could con the soft-hearted while eavesdropping on gossip spread by folks who thought he couldn't hear. That's very cunning. In 1836, Devil Bill was fleecing rubes around Moravia, okay, New York. When he courted a local girl named Nancy Brown. Nancy was beautiful but penniless. So his eye turned to Elysia Davidson, a redhead with a prosperous father. Bill married Eliza in 1836, gained a wife and a dowry, $500 dowry. They settled in nearby Richford, and to ease Eliza's burden, Bill hired a maid, Nancy Brown. Within 2 years, Eliza and Nancy each had born 2 Rockefeller babies. So that's 4 children. Wives gripe. I looked up that word, didn't know what it meant. To complain with grumbling. She was bitching about it. When maids bear husbands spawn. And Eliza sent Nancy Brown and her bastard packing. That's the same thing that happened to Abraham and Sarah and Hagar, actually, the wife of Abraham. But that didn't end. Mrs. I think R's trouble. I don't know who the R's are. I think it was Mrs. Rockefeller. I don't know. Without warning, her husband frequently disappeared, sometimes for months, traveling the countryside running scams. He'd return wearing diamonds and flashing a stack of greenbacks, making a show of paying Elizabeth's, or well, it is Elizabeth, but it's Eliza's grocery tab with big bills. Devil Bill would invite neighbors to a feast and regale them with tales of his adventures. He would dress up like a prince and keep everybody wondering, a neighbor recalled. He would dress up like a prince. Funny. First Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill. To do what? To set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth, the stability of the earth, and the goings of the earth are the Lord's. And he had set the world upon them, upon his ways. So he would dress up like a prince and keep everybody wondering, a neighbor recalled. He laughed a great deal and enjoyed the speculation he caused. That speculation focused on how Devil Bill acquired his riches. To what? Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. That's why when they speak about peak oil and stuff like that, there is no such thing as peak oil. There is an abundance of it. But they do this because they're very smart. They're wise to do evil. What they do is they keep on telling you like, hey, it's peak oil, you know, it's about to run up, it's about to run up. That means that they can keep the price high. Because if everybody finds out that there are billions of trillions of gallons of oil, then they would be asking people, so why is it so expensive? For example, if I have 1 trillion Nikes, right? But I only sell to the people the idea that I only have 1 million. I could keep on selling those shoes for 200 euros a piece. Because if they find out that I have 1 trillion, they would be like, what? How does $1 trillion look like? And these Edomites have more than you can imagine. They have more than that. 1 trillion. This is how 1 trillion would look like if you stack it with $100 bills, if I'm correct. If there was $100 bills. Okay, this is 1 billion if you would stack it with $100 bills. Yeah, this is 100 million, this is 1 billion, and this is 1 trillion, and you are here. Right? Yeah, here you are. And this is then 1 trillion in double stack pellets, right? But anyway, so imagine these were shoes. It would be bigger than this because a shoe is bigger than, you know, a stack of dollar bills, of course. Everybody knows that. So it would be a lot. It would be a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, then if they find out that I have 1 trillion, they would ask me like, well, why are you selling at 200 euros a pair? Ain't nobody gonna buy that because there's too much. But if you keep on lying to the world, and you gotta understand, they are the deceivers of the planet Earth. They have deceived the Earth. Whether it be with medical, miracles, whatever, because he was selling so-called medical things and stuff like that. Deceive. But let me go up here. Revelation chapter, let me see. 18 and 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. Now this is talking about America, but the light of a candle is shining in these Edomites because you see them. everybody sees them like this. They see them like prosperous, Edomites in suits. Oh, here, looking for this. If you would see this, you would think like, wow, they're rich, and these are the filthy rich. They're wealthy. They're not even rich. They're past that, man. They're past that. Any man who thinks he can be happy and prosperous by letting the government take care of him better take a closer look at the American Indian. Wow, well, that's a very good Harry Ford. That's a very true statement, because a lot of people that think, hey, this is a good one. This can come in handy for a lot of females that think they're independent. These Edomites will tell you what's up, but they won't teach you it. But they'll tell you. They're just not going to teach it. Just like how they have schools, they can teach children the law, how not to get in trouble. But why would they do that? They want you to get in trouble. They want you to get fines. They want you to not understand the law so they can use the law against you. If they really was about teaching, they would teach you the laws in schools. They would have a separate class about laws, and then every day you have an hour of law class. Why would they do that? They want to trap you up with their little fancy words and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't even understand what you're reading. But what? Why don't you just speak normal as how you speak when you are, in the world? Because when they come with them fancy words, you need a lawyer. They do that on purpose. They want to dumb you down, keep you stupid. Not just dumb you down, but keep you stupid too. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride, which is the woman, and this is then the men, shall be heard no more at all in thee, because this represents feasting. Because a lot of people, what they want to do is they want to go to America, which is the land of dreams and happiness and all that type of nonsense. That's what they desire. A lot of people desire that across the world. Now it says here, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth. That's talking about America. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. It is a sorcery because you're putting spells upon people, whether it be actual spells, because they do that also. Let's spell rituals, huh? Yeah. Bohemian Grove rituals. They do that also. Here you can see another ritual being done, and that's hanging off a person, by the way. It's a jig, by the way, if you didn't know. There's bigger pictures, but you can look it up for yourself, because if you have the time, they got these rituals. You think this is a joke. Behind the Bohemian Grove, you think this is a joke. You think this is a joke. You think they're actually not doing this, because it says it in the scriptures about Molech, and this is Molech, right? And as you can see, the face of an owl is done here also, and the Bohemian Grove is done. The owl symbol. Where is it? Harvard or something? Yeah, here. BC. And also this, what is this? Yeah, I don't know these little sign symbols, but it goes into that you have the owl that can see in the night. And also when an owl flies, you can't hear him. An owl versus a pigeon sound flying. Wait, let me see. Right, I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. And you have to understand that this is a test of animals, and that's one of the reasons why they use the owl as a symbol. Also the eagle, because he flies the highest and he's the proudest bird, then therefore. And yeah, some about the strongest birds. But anyway, but the point is that an owl, they, like Biggie said, I don't listen to Biggie, but I remember what he said. He said bad boys move in silence and violence. Well, they actually do that. These Edomites do that. They move in silence, and violence covered them like a garment, like jewelry around their neck. Violence covered them. But They can see in the night, and they also can they fly under the radar. You can't. A lot of people never hear about them. I don't know if you ever heard about this guy, Devil Bill. I have never even hear somebody talk about them. I only heard it once, and that's why I make this video. I heard it yesterday, by the way. I didn't even know this dude. Never even know they called him Devil Bill. That wanted me. That made me wanted to make this video right away. But wait, let me show you another thing quick. Right, I'm gonna put these links in the description box because I'm not gonna show it right now, but I'm gonna just go, put them in the description box. Did you know that owls actually bully eagles at night? They bully them. They attack them every night. They just mess with them. And them eagles can't fight back because they can't see. They can't fly at night. Not really. Not in pitch dark, but the owl can. So he bullies them. He snatches their babies and eats them too. As you can see here, right? I think it was 1, 2, 3. And you can see him here. His eyes is here, lit up by the camera light. So these 3 are sleeping. And then the owl comes in. As you can see him there. Here you can see him here. Here you can see him. Right? And then, wait, let me turn this off. And then he snatches the chick. Got him. I think he did it, but I'm not sure because I see a tail here. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's still here. But he actually made something fall, or he snatched something. I don't know. But he did do something. What did he do? Actually, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he grabbed something. Fuck this. I think he grabbed him to eat. I don't know, or he just made him fall. But I think it's one of their kids, because most of the time, these eagles get 2 kids, 2 children, So I think one of them got snatched up. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna leave this in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But here comes the other experiment, well, the other example of one of the many reasons why they choose the owl as their symbol and logo. Right, you can hear that one. Now comes the hawk or the eagle. I think this is the hawk. Yeah, that's the hawk.
And now, it's Kenz's turn.
That's an Edomite. Well, that's not an Edomite, but I mean, that's how Edomites move, in silence. And the other ones was flapping their wings. They sound very violent, but hey, it says right here in the book of Psalms, chapter 73, it shows that, it says that, where is it? Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, because you don't hear about them. And they get away with a lot of things. Neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. Because they're greedy. They have their hand in everything and anything upon this planet Earth. That they just desire everything. They choking up the world's resources. Nothing is beyond our reach. Going back to over here. No, where is it? Here? Their eyes stand out with fatness because they're greedy. They have more than heart could wish. That's why Rothschild stepped out of the oil business. Why? Rothschild cashes in on... claiming what? They stepped out of oil business. Let me see. So they say, because they don't need the money. He lost half this portfolio, 150 million portfolio in a kickback scheme. There goes the Edomites again. The red-handed bandit struck again. Caught him red-handed. Esau had red, just like a hairy garment. But they denounced them. Wait, let me try and find it. I actually was making a mistake. I typed in Rothschild. It was actually Rockefeller. Rockefeller heirs to big oil find dumping fossil fuels improved, but that's not what I want. This is the other one. Let me see. Just set here. Mission Possible. Getting out of oil at Rockefeller Brothers and stuff like that. Brothers Fund. So that's another one here. The Rockefeller Foundation is no longer investing in oil. So it's not about money. It says here the Rockefeller Foundation is stepping away from oil. But it shows you right here that this guy, Rockefeller, who founded Standard Oil in 1870, are exiting the family business. That's what they're doing in 2016. Now you might be like, oh, okay, what are they doing now? Well, they're investing in renewable energy. So basically, listen, if you control oil, you control all merchandise upon the planet Earth. All merchandise upon the planet Earth, right? You control this clothing, because you got to understand, in order for let me see, food, for example, to go from Africa to come to Europe, you need oil, and therefore, you need oil. To work machines, you need oil. Well, actually, you don't need it. You can have infinite energy with energy from the air, but that's another story. But nowadays, what they're doing is everything is ran by oil, whether it be food, whether it be clothing, whether it be your computer, whether it be glass, because you need machines to make, well, you don't need it, but they use machines to make glass, wood, chop up wood and stuff like that. I don't know what it's called again. That machine thing where you could chop wood with. All these things, they all use oil in order to even make peanut butter or chocolate, whatever that thing is. They use oil. They don't need it, but they use it. Everything and anything, in order to make your computer that you're listening on right now, your iPhone, your iPad, everything is made with oil. All this. What is oil used for? All these things. All these things. Things made from oil. Here. All these daily things. All this is made from oil. This list represents a fraction of the common everyday products made from petroleum. And then what they want to do is they want to do away with oil, and then they're going to cause people to go back to the so-called Stone Age, because we don't believe in that crap. Because we know that while the Edomites was in the caves, other societies was flourishing. But yeah, this is what's gonna happen if the oil gets taken out of the hands of society. Because the point of me bringing this up is to show you that he who controls the oil controls every asset of life. Oil and every day. You control anything and everything in existence, basically. And then they're going to switch to energy, and therefore you will control everybody the same thing, but even deeper, because now you can cut it off. Crazy, just crazy. But anyway, going on. Now it says here that I stand out with fatness. Okay, I don't have to read too much more about that. Going back to where was I? I'll get to the other one here. Behold, thou art, Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, whether it be dope, whether it be oil, whether it be all these things that come from oil, right? Food, as thou increase thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Going back to over here. That speculation focused on how Devil Bill acquired his riches. We know how he did it: by deceit, rape, rob, murdering. Was it all from dubious doctrine? Really? That's a question. Haven't you even read this thing, man, at what you wrote? This article. Rumors that he led a ring of horse thieves gained credence when two Rockefeller cronies were convicted of stealing nags. One thief's son swore later that Devil Bill was the ringleader. Rockefeller was too smart to be caught, he said. He ruined my father and then left him in the lurch. That's what you get for messing with a pure devil. His nickname is Devil Bill. No doubt a scoundrel on the road, Rockefeller seemed a fine fellow back home. He ran a prosperous lumber business, eschewed booze, and supported his 6 children with Eliza. What is a lumber business, of course? Lumber, which is wood. If you control this, you know how many things you can control? You can control everything in a person's house if you have a lumber company. You know, a lot of things. If you look around your house right now, there's a lot of your cupboard, where you put your clothes in, you know, where you put your television on, your bed. A lot of things in your house are actually made from wood. Your doors, you know.